Long ball number 3, AC Boise, the USL Club 2B, coming up soon, not yet hit the field, announced that they have broken the USL's record for season ticket deposits. Club Boise is now the all-time USL record holder for season pass deposits, breaking, I think it's almost 6,250 ticket deposits for a team that hasn't played yet. Pretty incredible stuff there from the Northwest.
Yeah, 6,250 is a good number. I mean, there are MLS teams who would be like, "Oh, can we get to 6,000?" So, and this is obviously, there's a couple things that you have to keep in mind here. This is new. It's a new thing in Boise to have a soccer team coming to town, which means everybody wants to be on the new thing. I'm not saying that necessarily means it can't be successful long term, but it's just something to keep in mind as we kind of process this news. Here's the story from this is idahonews.com, CBS 2 in Boise, that's got this story. They are constructing their stadium out of the old bones of the former, I'm going to say Les Bois, but it's probably not. It's probably Les Boys or something.
Le Boy.
I don't know.
Yeah. Le Boy.
Yeah. So there's a horse track and they're building this stadium. They announced they have nearly sold out their pre-sale, as you can see on the screen. I think this is awesome. And we talked about their badge, and we maybe had some, like, this is what we do. Right? We pick up how to badge. That's what we do here on Morning Kick Around. And as American soccer fans, it comes with the territory. But they are tying in that Basque identity, because there is a significant Basque community in Boise. They've obviously got a vibrant soccer scene that maybe is under the radar for a lot of people. I've seen some conversations with people around the club. I think we mentioned that Glenn Crooks had someone from Boise on his coaching academy show, which is on Sirius XM FC, which is also where you can hear me in the afternoons. And they're trying to be creative with this. They're not taking a pretty standard approach. And I think that is maybe true about a lot of these projects, Rob, that there to me has been a shift where, and look, we've heard some things and we're still a little worried about a couple of franchises. And you can look at a club like Northern Colorado or some of these other clubs that have come and gone because they just didn't have the right structure, the right backing, the right money behind them, or the right plan for a stadium or whatever that is. But I do think we're seeing a bit of a shift where there's some things that are accessible now at a different level. USL has a plan for allowing for new franchise to come in at decent price points or decent levels of investment that isn't insane. And that means that actual soccer people can kind of be involved from the very beginning. And lots of times those are soccer people that either have ties to the community or understand the culture that they're working in. And I think that's huge for the success of a team. And I want every single one of these teams to be successful. Like, well, whatever we're talking about, Buffalo or Boise or any of these towns, like we want there to be people involved who not only care about the game of soccer, but can speak directly to the community of soccer people that exist in that town, or maybe reach out across the aisle, so to speak, to people who aren't soccer fans yet.
Yeah, speaking to that conversation that the club leader had with Glenn Crooks, he mentioned something about a work program with the players and kind of an acknowledgement that the third division isn't exactly, you're not going to make millions of dollars there. And they acknowledge the fact that a lot of the American talent pool are highly educated. They've gone oftentimes to, really prestigious schools. If they're at the forefront of, college soccer, they've gone to some pretty good schools and could have some pretty good education. I think it was the CEO was saying that they want to figure out a work program to utilize these high level degreed folks outside of the soccer playing aspect. And it's kind of fun in the press release that we got here from the local news here. They list the other records for USL ticket deposits, and got to say, Boise broke the record just broke it. So the previous record holder for season ticket deposits in the USL was Nashville SC in 2018, pre-MLS days. They sold 6,207. So we're talking about a difference of like 18 people buying tickets is the difference for breaking this record for Boise. Just under that, Cincinnati.
Do we have somebody verifying these records? Like, do we have an independent body? Is there an accounting firm who's going in and making sure that this is all legit? What if they gave somebody a season ticket deposit spot gratis, right? Does that count? Probably not. Like, you got to collect the cash. What if somebody says, I want to, I'm paying this off in installments, and they've only put down 10% or something. I'm just kidding. I don't know, Rob.
Self-reported from season ticket departments, which could be a bit wishy-washy, admittedly. So
regardless, it's pretty clear. And look, they wouldn't, if they were sort of fudging things to get excitement building more in Boise, they wouldn't be the first club to do that. But I would say I doubt that that's the case. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of lying here. I just want to make sure that we are at least somewhat careful about how excited we get about some of this stuff. Now, I'll bring in a comment here from Riverside Grove, because I said we want clubs to succeed. It's okay if some clubs fail because they got things wrong. It creates space for others to try who might have a better model. I don't disagree with that in principle. But again, if you think about the number of times we've had clubs die, and then it takes a decade or more for another club to enter into that town or that city, because it just takes that long before people are like, we can try soccer again. Oh, remember that team that existed for 4 years and disappeared? And then nobody well, soccer can't work here, or soccer's not a thing that has a home in Cleveland or whatever, right? How long has it been since Cleveland had a professional soccer team, Rob? The Cleveland Stars folded 15 years ago.
they have indoor, don't they?
Well, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about a men's outdoor professional team of a decent level. And there's no reason, if we talk about dotting the map, there's no reason that Cleveland shouldn't have a team on paper. When we look at the size of that town, there's no reason for Cleveland not to have one. But part of the reason that they probably don't have one is because the last time it failed, everybody just ran scared away from Cleveland. Let's move on to other markets that haven't been opened up yet. So there you go.
Yeah, we will be talking more Cleveland next week when we return from Albuquerque. So I'm glad you noted that. The other teams on this records list, FC Cincinnati in 2016, Sacramento Republic in 2014. That's probably the highest remaining USL team. They sold 5,700. Portland Hearts of Pine in here, and Rhode Island FC last year sold 4,200 season ticket deposits. So exciting stuff there. Of course, AC Boise, one of 7 new clubs entering the 3rd division of American professional soccer next year. So we'll follow along with that. Hopefully we get someone on from Athletic Club Boise to discuss the club and the plans and how that stadium's faring for their 2026 start. Lots of teams across the country under the pressure this window to get a lot of things done for 2026. Before we move along to our big topics of the day, be sure to click subscribe if you haven't done so already. There's a number of people watching here live, and if you're watching now and you haven't hit subscribe, do so now. That would be fantastic. Cheap, charge-free way to support the show. And if you want to step it up a notch, become a member, become an MK Ultra. $3.99 a month is what gets you there. Priority commenting on live videos, early access to videos, bonus content, and access to the Morning Kick Around Discord server, where great conversations are happening every day, from the national team down to our local teams in our backyards. Join the conversation. The American soccer conversation lives right here at Morning Kick Around. Thank you to everyone who's supported on all the various ways. And thank you for everyone who's going to tell their friends and family about the show right after watching this here today.